Welcome back to a new episode of MCTV. I'm Jay Samond. This episode will look at a concert last week, a Broadway performer coming to campus, and a Choctaw sports update. Let's get you caught up. Friday night, Jervis Campbell performed on the CAF patio for all students, and here's more from the event. The Office of Student Engagement hosted Jervis Campbell last Friday night for a free concert for students. Special Events Co-Chair Jonathan Hestrich Rivera spoke about how they were able to allow Jervis to perform and the success of the night.
So we were looking at different artists and we started emailing around, and someone that we had wanted wasn't available, but his agent connected us with Jervis, and he was like, he wants to come if you want to do it. And so we asked around, and a few students knew him, so we were like, all right, we'll do it. So yeah, we just contacted him, and he was super helpful and worked with us great and was in our budget. So yeah, I think it went great. We love just having students come out. The whole point was for it to be like just a break kind of in the process for people just to come sit and just have fun. And so I think it went great. We had a lot of candy, a lot of s'mores, so I think it went really well.
With concerts held for now the past 2 years on campus, with Jervis Campbell this year and Carver Commodore last year, the Office of Student Engagement are hoping and wanting to continue these concerts in the future. Jay Samond, MCTV. Broadway performer Ezekiel Andrew, who is a Mississippi native, will be performing October 27th at 7 p.m. For students, tickets are $15. He also will be holding a masterclass the next day at 2 p.m. in the Avon Recital Hall. That's completely free for all students. On preview day last Saturday, the MC football team had a near record-setting win. Here's how it happened. The Mississippi College football team hosted the Shorter Hawks on a beautiful afternoon game with plenty of Choctaw support with preview day. Since the opening drive, the MC offense completely controlled the game as they cruised to a 35-21 victory. While Shorter never went away themselves, the Choctaw rushing attack had a historic afternoon. With 527 rushing yards, it was close to breaking a single-game school record of 567 yards set back in 1975. In his first collegiate start, redshirt freshman quarterback John Henry White proved he was up to the task by rushing for 270 yards and 2 touchdowns. His performance was phenomenal enough for him to earn both the Freshman and Offensive Player of the Week in the Gulf South Conference. Fullback Ron Creighton also had a career game as he rushed for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns on only 6 carries. The now 3-3 Choctaws are back on the road this weekend to play Valdosta State, who are now unranked in the top 25 after finishing as national runner-ups last season. Kickoff against the Blazers is at 2 p.m. Jay Samond, MCTV. The men's soccer team only had one game last week where they beat Delta State 4-1, and now they sit at 6th in the GSC standings. On the other hand, the women tied with the Statesmen, but cruised to a 4-0 victory in a makeup game against Auburn Montgomery on Tuesday. Heading into the final home weekend, they're 3rd in the GSC standings and number 25 in the latest polls. Both teams will host Christian Brothers Friday afternoon with Union on Sunday for Senior Day. Both doubleheaders start at 1. The volleyball team also had 2 games last weekend, and here's the story. The Mississippi College volleyball team continued its dominant season with another multiple-game homestand this past weekend. On Friday night against Valdosta State in a breast cancer awareness match, the two teams were fairly evenly matched as they both took one of the first 2 sets. But the Choctaws cruised in the final 2 to a 3-1 victory. Caroline Chastain led the team with 20 kills, while Lexi Laurendean accounted for 41 of the team's 45 assists, her most of the season. The next morning against West Georgia was the Choctaws' 10th sweep of the season, as they beat the Wolves in straight sets. However, it was a much closer match than anticipated, as the final 2 sets were only decided by 2 points. 3 Lady Choctaws had double-digit figures in digs, and they recorded 8 total aces on the match. Also, Chastain's performance this weekend earned her now 4 consecutive Freshman of the Week awards. The Lady Choctaws are now 17-2 on the year, with one of their toughest weekends coming up in the South Region Volleyball crossover. They'll play Embry-Riddle Friday night with nationally ranked Barry the following morning, and finally Nova Southeastern Saturday night. Jay Samond, MCTV. That's all we have for the show today. Be sure to follow us on social media at blueandgold_MC to see all of our content and even send us your ideas. For MCTV, I'm Jay Samond. We'll see you next week.